Welcome back to In Your Neighborhood. I'm your host, Charlotte Brown, and on today's show, we've been talking with Jay Barnard, who is also known as Chef Recovery, telling us all about his journey with addiction through to recovery. And last at the break, we were talking about how you had kind of begged to stay in recovery, and kind of where did things go from there?
So basically, I just said, she said, you're going to do whatever it takes to stay in here. I'm going to kick you out. And at that point, it was just, I'll do whatever it takes. I want a life. I don't want to live like this anymore. I want to stop fighting Jay, and I want to surrender. I want to have a life worth living. And that's what I did. I started listening to other people. I started taking other people's suggestions. I started doing things like, why wouldn't I go ask a guy that's got 30 years sober how he got there? Because obviously he's doing something right? And that's the beautiful thing about the programs out there is there's people that got 10, 20, 30 years. So obviously they're doing something right. So why wouldn't I lean on those people? And that's what I did. I leaned on those people, and then I started doing H&I commitments, and I started doing service in the program, and I started doing coffee, and I started doing all these things that were amazing to get me back into being Jay, right? And getting to Jay Corey and dealing with that little boy inside that really hurt. And I had to go back to Kenora to deal with these charges of possession of cocaine for the 5th time. And I was looking at 5 years in prison, and I was actually okay with it. I was okay. I was like, I'll do 4 1/4. I'll get out on good behavior. I'll be 5 years sober. I'll get a job. Everything will be okay. I'm okay with it. I owned up to all that. And anyways, I went back, and Judge Frazier said, where's Jay? The guy that's gray-faced, ripped jeans, attitude, yelling, screaming, swearing. He's wearing a suit, yes sir, no sir. He has color in his face. And a 5-year sentence turned into 18 months probation.
Wow.
And it was the first time in my life that I realized that when you help yourself, others will help you. Mm-hmm. And that is the true gift. If you help yourself, other people are willing to help you. So I went back to Ottawa, dove into this thing called being a chef, and I went to Algonquin College, which was phenomenal, and they took me under their wing and taught me how to be the best chef I could be. And at the time, I was calling myself the recovering chef. And Simone Choi, who was the pastry teacher, said, why don't you call yourself Chef Recovery? And I was like, Chef Recovery? Interesting. So I was like, well, I guess that's who I'm going to be. I'm going to be Chef Recovery, and I'm going to go around and talk about this life I had and share and be as loud as I can about how you can help yourself get better. But in the same breath, I was talking about still my struggles, because my life isn't 100% better. I still struggle on a daily basis. I've wanted to drink and use throughout the last 3,355 days. I've wanted to use crack. I've done some illegal activity. So life doesn't get all of a sudden better. Yes, we do get better, and things do get better, but we're not perfect. Mm-hmm. And the main thing is that I've really tried in the last 3 years to be the best person that I could be. For the first 6 years, I really tampered with a lot of things, and I never truly surrendered, I guess you could say. I surrendered, but I didn't surrender. And I went out to Fort McMurray and became a chef out there and did some phenomenal things. And that's really where Chef Recovery took off, because I got to do a whole bunch of things with Wayne Gretzky and Mark Messier and William Shatner, and all these celebrities started coming in, and I started building my profile up a bit. And then I started, I was the first guy out there to really talk about, you know what, you don't have to be strong, you can share. It's okay, men can share. And I think the biggest joy of my life is, I got a beautiful wife. The doctors told me that I would never be able to have kids, and they said, if you are going to be able to have kids, it's going to be 7 years. And it was like 3 weeks past my 7-year anniversary, and Julie got pregnant, and I have a baby girl named Destiny. Mm-hmm. And because we're on a destiny, right? And I never thought that I would be able to have a baby girl. And Julie has, Shanika's my daughter too, and I love her to death. She's the teenager. And then I also have this growing business called Freshwater Cuisine.
And that's how we met.
That's how we met at
Savor
Savor
Superior last year, and I got to learn a little bit about your story. So.
Yeah. So that's taken off big, and life is amazing, and all we got to do is we got to love ourselves, we got to give ourselves a chance, and we got to ask for help, and we got to be honest with ourselves. That's why my recovery is as strong as it is. And I mean, I do have weak moments. I'm not gonna lie, I do have weak moments, but I also know that I'm strong enough to get through it because I reach out for help. And I'm part of Sick Not Weak with Michael Landsberg, and it's a great initiative, and we get out there, and the whole thing is about sharing. We just have to share. That's it, and that's what you're going to hear tonight at the Valhalla. You're going to hear an amazing message of honesty and truth, and my life and emotion, and it's just a beautiful thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And just how you've devoted such a big part of your life to sharing your story. Like you said, you went to the Salvation Army today, shared that with the gentleman there, and had a guy text you afterwards that you definitely reached at least one person that's in that room, and your message is saving lives. So you should be very proud with what you're doing and how far you've come, Jay. It's amazing.
Awesome. Yeah, it was awesome going back there, and because that's where my roots are. And I'm just blessed that I'm able to do what I'm able to do, and that people believe in me enough to let me go out and share my story of redemption in life and success, because we all can get it if we want it.
Absolutely.
What are we going to do to get it?
Yeah. And if people have any questions for you, want to contact you, best way to do that, you do have a website.
Yep. So you can go to www.chefrecovery.net, or you can send me an email at chefrecovery@gmail.com.
Facebook page.
Yeah, you can go to my Facebook page, Chef Recovery Facebook page. You can check out our Freshwater Cuisine Facebook page if you're looking for fish. I don't know.
Yes.
Maybe you want some fish. It's summertime.
Yeah.
And if you want to book me to speak, that's where you can get me, is at chefrecovery@gmail.com or on my website. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, I want to thank you, Jay, for coming on the show today.
Awesome.
And sharing such an incredible, your life, your entire life, and just, congrats on the last 10 years of, being clean and sober, and all the wonderful things that you're doing. You're an absolute inspiration. So I want to thank you for being on the show.
Awesome.
And I want to thank everybody for tuning in today. Be sure to watch next week with more on In Your Neighborhood.